Introduction: incorporating instruments into rap music can significantly enhance the sonic landscape, providing a richer, more complex auditory experience for listeners. While traditional rap often relies heavily on sampled beats and electronic loops, integrating live or recorded instruments can add a unique and dynamic element to your tracks. This approach not only broadens the appeal of your music, but also opens up new creative avenues. Here's an in-depth guide on how to effectively use instruments in rap. Choosing the right instruments. The first step in incorporating instruments into your rap music is selecting the right ones to fit the mood and message of your song. Different instruments convey different emotions and can drastically change the feel of a track. Here are some considerations for choosing instruments. Piano. The piano is versatile and can be used to create a range of emotions from somber and reflective to upbeat and energetic. Simple chords or arpeggios can provide a solid foundation for your verses and hooks. Guitar. Both electric and acoustic guitars can add a lot to rap music. Acoustic guitars are great for mellow, introspective tracks, while electric guitars can introduce a gritty, aggressive edge, particularly when distorted. Bass. A strong bass line can drive your track and add a deep, resonant quality that complements the beat. Whether it's a funky slap bass or a smooth, rolling bass line, this instrument is crucial for adding groove and depth. Drums. While rap often uses programmed beats, incorporating live drums can add an organic feel and dynamic variation. Experiment with different drum patterns and fills to find what works best for your track. Brass and woodwinds. Instruments like saxophones, trumpets, and flutes can add a jazzy or soulful element to your rap. These instruments are particularly effective for creating hooks or interludes that stand out. Strings, violins, cellos, and violas can add a dramatic, cinematic quality to your music. They are excellent for building tension and adding layers of emotion. Integrating instruments into your tracks. Once you've chosen your instruments, the next step is integrating them into your tracks in a way that enhances rather than overwhelms the core elements of your rap. Here are some tips for effective integration. 1. Start with the beat. Begin by laying down your beat, which serves as the foundation for your track. Once you have a solid beat, you can start layering instruments on top. Ensure that the instruments complement the rhythm and enhance the overall groove. 2. Build around the hook. The hook is often the most memorable part of a rap song. Use instruments to create a catchy, memorable hook that draws listeners in. A piano riff, guitar lick, or brass melody can serve as the focal point of your hook. 3. Layering. Avoid using too many instruments at once, which can make your track sound cluttered. Instead, focus on layering instruments to create depth. Start with a simple chord progression or melody and gradually add additional layers, such as harmonies or counter melodies. 4. Dynamics and variation. Use instruments to create dynamic shifts in your music. Introduce instruments gradually, build up to a climax, and then strip back for verses to keep the listener engaged. Varying the instrumentation throughout the track can help maintain interest. 5. EQ and mixing. Properly mixing your instruments is crucial for ensuring that each element has its own space in the mix. Use EQ to carve out frequencies for each instrument, preventing them from clashing. Pan instruments left and right to create a wide, spacious sound. Experimentation and creativity. One of the most exciting aspects of incorporating instruments into rap is the potential for experimentation. Here are some creative approaches to consider. Unconventional instruments. Don't limit yourself to traditional instruments. Experiment with unconventional sounds like didgeridoos, sitars, or synthesizers to create a unique sonic palette. Live recordings. Recording live instruments can add a raw, authentic feel to your music. Collaborate with musicians to capture live performances, which can be more expressive and dynamic than sampled sounds. Sampling and resampling. If you prefer working with samples, consider sampling live instruments and then manipulating them. Chop up a guitar riff, pitch shift a piano chord, or reverse a string section to create something entirely new. Hybrid approaches. Combine electronic and acoustic elements to create a hybrid sound. Layer synthesized bass lines with live drum breaks, or blend electronic pads with acoustic guitar strumming. Case notice: looking at how successful artists have integrated instruments into their rap music can provide inspiration and insights. Here are a few notable examples. Kanye West. Known for his innovative production, Kanye frequently uses instruments to enhance his tracks. The use of live strings in All of the Lights and the incorporation of guitar riffs in Black Skinhead are prime examples of how instruments can elevate rap music. J. Cole. On his album, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, J. Cole uses live instrumentation extensively. Tracks like Wet Dreams feature soulful guitar riffs that add depth and character to the music. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick's album To Pimp a Butterfly is a masterclass in integrating live instruments with rap. The album features a range of instruments, from jazz saxophones to funk bass lines, creating a rich, layered sound. Practical tips for rappers: if you're a rapper looking to incorporate instruments into your music, here are some practical tips to get started. Collaborate with musicians. Working with experienced musicians can bring new ideas and skills to your project. Whether it's a guitarist, pianist, or drummer, collaborating can result in a more polished and creative final product. Learn basic music theory. Understanding basic music theory can help you communicate your ideas more effectively and make more informed decisions about your compositions. Use digital audio workstations, DAWs. Familiarize yourself with DAWs like Ableton Live, Logic Pro, or Florida Studio. These tools offer a range of features for recording, editing, and mixing instruments. Experiment with effects. Use effects like reverb, delay, and distortion to shape the sound of your instruments. Effects can add texture and character, making your tracks more interesting. Record high-quality audio. Invest in good recording equipment to capture high-quality audio. Clear, well-recorded instruments will make a significant difference in the overall sound of your music. Conclusion: incorporating instruments into rap music opens up a world of possibilities for creativity and expression. By choosing the right instruments, integrating them thoughtfully, and experimenting with different sounds and techniques, you can create rich, dynamic tracks that stand out in the crowded music landscape. Whether you're using live recordings, samples, or a combination of both, the addition of instruments can add a new dimension to your rap music, making it more engaging and memorable for your listeners.